your reaction, and then let's segue from that to what are Gaethje's options?
Yeah, I think Goes put it well there. There was definitely still a little bit of a mental hurdle there. Justin said it himself. How could it not be when you get knocked out like that at his age? Like, you don't know if your chin's going to hold up against the next guy, especially someone as dangerous as Fiziev. But he looked, for the most part, I mean, we were getting like the promises of the WSOF Justin Gaethje. I don't think that guy showed up. It was like, even though it won fight of the night, again, you could make an argument this was in like the bottom tier of Justin Gaethje UFC fights, which is still kind of crazy and speaks to the guy. I mean, 14 bonuses and 14 UFC fights. Like, this is absurd, and probably no one's ever going to do this again. So appreciate this guy while he's here and while he's doing this. I don't think it is insanely unrealistic that he gets a lightweight title shot against Islam Makhachev next. I think a lot of stuff is going to have to break his way, but look at the guys out there, man. Like, he's got the name, he's got the style. You want an exciting fight for Islam Makhachev. Like, you know it's going to be this. You don't know what the Arman fight's going to look like. He's already been there. He's already beat Charles. Obviously, that has the potential to be exciting. But what has Islam made very clear? He's made it clear he wants fresh opponents, and he's made it clear that he wants to fight Justin Gaethje at some point. He won him if he won at UFC 300. So I think this is a fight that's desired by both guys. It's just, I think the big elephant in the room here is Ilia Topuria. But if Ilia does not get the title shot and it goes the way that he needs to win one at lightweight first, and the UFC is not super happy with Arman Tsarukyan, and maybe Charles Oliveira plays a little hardball or something, I don't think it's impossible a situation come around where this works out for Justin Gaethje.
Danny, by merit, Arman, Oliveira, Ilia Topuria, and Justin Gaethje, who deserves the next title shot by merit?
Arman. He was the number one contender. He never fought him, and he's still the number one contender in my eyes. Now, obviously, the UFC didn't like that he pulled out the day of the fight or the day before, before weigh-ins, I believe. But still, he didn't lose. That fight's still pending. He's not getting the shot for other circumstances. But yeah, that guy's still the number one contender. Then following that, I know Ilia only has one win at 155, but damn, that fight would be a lot of fun to watch. And I do think that because of what he's done at 145, I do think like at 55, it would be a little fair to give him a shot. Gaethje has had his shot. Oliveira has had his shot as well. Tsarukyan hasn't in terms of a title fight. So I think those two, in my opinion, are the guys.
What's bigger business between Gaethje and Topuria? And Oliveira. Who's the biggest paycheck for the champ and the UFC?
That's a tough one. I feel like Topuria right now, just because like everything that he's done, but I do wonder like if that translates into bias, because certainly the buzz is there like online and stuff like that. But at this point, like a Charles Oliveira or a Justin Gaethje, they're institutions, right? Like those are guys that have been around for years, and people like they can bring back fans that haven't watched sport in the last 2 or 3 years, and they're like, oh shit, Oliveira's fighting for a belt, I'll watch that. Gaethje's fighting for the belt, I'll watch that. With Topuria, he's more like, new blood in a sense. Like he's really only gained the people's respect in the last year or so when he became champion and knocked out Holloway. So, that's a very tough question. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think Topuria, man, that guy's something else. He can build a fight, right? The other two are just kind of more calm. They don't really say too much. But I think a couple interviews with Topuria screaming and saying the things he does, I think people get jazzed up for that.
Yeah. I want to see Makhachev, Topuria, and Gaethje versus Tsarukyan. Mike, you were going to say something?
No, I was going to pretty much agree with that. I mean, Gaethje's out there saying, I need my perfect night. I'm going to have any chance. Ilya's out there saying, I'm going to knock this guy out of the ground. He's not on my level. I think the fans get a little more interested in the latter.